What's good with the YouTube? You already know. Flaco from Conference Perspective with my co-host, Big Senor Rojo. And you already know what I'm about to do. I'm about to smash, dash, slide on through. We come through like this with a little bit of energy.
Hey, I thought you weren't going to do it that time. By the way you started, you tricked me.
I got to change it up a little bit, man. Like, got to get my rhythm going. Now, how's everybody doing out there, man? Please hit the like and subscribe, man. Also check out the Rojo Room. You know what I mean? Real Talk with Flaco. We do a little solo stuff on those platforms that you guys will probably enjoy. Anyways, but let's get back to what we always do, Convict's Perspective. And we got an interesting article. We're going to be talking about some upstate Surenos out there in Richmond, California. Richmond's definitely been about the business, and Southsiders ain't playing out there. They also have a well-known meadow from that way. You know what I'm saying? So they got a little pool out that way. So Rojo got a little article he wants to read, man. And as always, we'll give a Convict's Perspective.
Hey, nobody's playing about Richmond, man. I was reading up about a lot of Richmond, little different things this morning. Man, Richmond's a rough area, man.
Richmond with business.
Anyway, this is out of the Mercury News, man. This is from a year or two ago. It's called My Crazy Life. Former shot caller describes inner workings of Richmond gang in trial over slain Bay Area rapper. Luis Hernandez was a teenager when he joined a Sureño subset gang known as VFL. He rose through its ranks, sold drugs for the gang, served time for accessory to murder over a perceived rival, and was involved in the beatdown of witnesses who testified against him and other members. But in 2013, Hernandez made a decision that he says put him forever in danger. He dropped out, renounced VFL, and began to tell police the gang's secrets.
Oh.
It was a life-changing event that led Hernandez to where he was this week, in court, testifying against two alleged VFL members, Jonathan Black Barrera, 31, and Gabriel G. Baby Schroeder, 24.
Hey, Rojo, so he testified willingly, or did he have charges against him?
I'm not sure yet. I'm sure he probably had charges, bro. That's how it usually goes down. We'll see if the article reviews.
He's like waiting in line. Hey, I want to be next.
Hey, let me get up here. Okay, let's see. And Gabriel G. Baby Schroeder and a third man, Marcos Figueroa, 32, all accused of setting up and murdering Rene Garcia, 23, a rising Bay Area rapper who went by the stage name Little G the Great. The motive behind the slaying was an ongoing dispute between Garcia and Brian Whiteboy Escalante, a rival rapper and BFL member who was friends with Schroeder and Barrera, prosecutors allege. Hernandez is a key witness, since it is his story that led to conspiracy and murder charges against Barrera and Schroeder. He says that Barrera confessed to being behind Garcia's 2012 killing, allegedly naming himself, Schroeder, and a third man who was gunned down in Vallejo in 2013 as the shooters. Little by little, Barrera would start letting information out, Hernandez said on Stand Tuesday. He eventually told me how it happened and who was involved in it. He also let me know it was something of a setup. Defense attorneys have painted Hernandez as a liar who spontaneously came up with a story implicating Barrera 2 years after authorities had debriefed him about BFL. During cross-examination, Barrera's attorney, David Cohen, attempted to question Hernandez about whether he believed the alleged confession, but was rebuffed several times by Judge Teresa Canepa. Hernandez also described his life and upbringing as a member of VFL, also known as Varrio Frontera Locals, a Sureño subset that he said views North Richmond as a stronghold. He started hanging around its members at age 14 or 15, he testified, got jumped in or beaten as an initiation to the gang by age 18. He described commonly known Sureño symbols such as number 13 of the color blue and said that Sureños also display 3 dots with a special meaning. It's my crazy life or money, sex, power, Hernandez said. That's how you live by, that's how you grow up. It's a common Sureño thing. Hernandez, who is now in his 30s, described his early adult life as tumultuous. He made a living by selling drugs, he said, and mainly hung around other VFL members. In 2008, he was asleep in the car when a fellow member he was riding with shot and killed a man for wearing rival gang colors in San Pablo, he said. Hernandez was charged with murder, but took a 4-year jail term and pleaded no contest to accessory to murder. Hernandez was one of several VFL members charged that year as part of a massive federal and state operation aimed at taking down this gang. When he emerged from jail, he became a shot caller for VFL, he said, meaning he was in a leadership position. Still, he regularly violated his parole and spent much of the next year incarcerated. But in 2013, Hernandez's life changed. He was at a Bay Point nightclub, La Fanica, with several other Surenos when they bumped into a former VFL member turned state witness whose testimony assisted in the 2008 investigation. They confronted him in the club's restroom and assaulted him. Testifying is just something you don't do. It's the ultimate sin, Hernandez testified as an explanation for the meeting, adding that he appreciates that the same thing could happen to him. It can mean getting shot, getting killed, he said. Hernandez was charged with assault and gang activity for the beating at La Fanica. He faced 20 to 25 years in prison. Stuck in the West Contra Costa County detention facility, he said he considered his future for a whole month before deciding he needed to make a change. He called a meeting with his attorney and declared that he was ready. I had a lot of time to think in there. It wasn't worth it to me anymore, he said, adding that he realized that every man's out for themselves. I had my family. I had too much to lose. During cross-examination, Hernandez gave evasive answers about who else had joined in the 2013 attack and insisted it wasn't a one-sided fight because someone tried to intervene on the victim's side. He was also questioned about a 2012 domestic violence arrest, though Canepa had ruled that topic was off limits since Hernandez had not been convicted. During the break, she appeared displeased at the questioning and threatened to consider sanctions if attorneys did not heed to her rulings in the future. Sometime around Garcia's February 2012 killing, Hernandez said he let Varrio borrow his car. When he learned Garcia had been killed at North Richmond's Shield Park, a known VFL hangout spot, he became concerned that his car was involved, but Varrio assured him it wasn't. Hernandez testifies he remembers thinking at the time that shooting Garcia in VFL territory was a sloppy mistake. Eventually, he testified 2 people confessed to him, Barrera and Jose Vato Rodriguez, a younger VFL member who was killed the following year in Vallejo. Hernandez said he saw Barrera's admission as more credible since Barrera outranked Rodriguez in the gang. He said Rodriguez didn't get into too much details about the killing. Barrera explained that a phone call was made to Little G, Hernandez said, adding that they used a pretext to sell Garcia a gun. Garcia had arrived at Shields Reed Park, at which point he was robbed and shot as he tried to run from his attackers. Video from a nearby resident security camera shows 3 gunmen run up behind Garcia to form a near perfect line, then simultaneously pull pistols out and shoot. Barrera said it was 3 guys, G Baby, Vato, and him, Hernandez says. He added, they weren't trying to kill him, but it just happened when he started running. Authorities believe that it was Figueroa, a longtime friend of Garcia's, who called him and lured him to the park. Garcia's then girlfriend was the first prosecution witness to testify and describe the phone call. Excuse me, guys. She said Garcia was leery of going to North Richmond because of an ongoing conflict with VFL made him unwelcome there, but that he trusted Figueroa. He said Figueroa wouldn't do that to him, she said on the stand. Figueroa nodded as she spoke.
Little G, the Prince of the Rich, the song goes. You know what I'm saying? He did some stuff with Messi and stuff like that, man.
Yeah.
I don't think he was affiliated. I think he played both sides too, as a matter of fact, man, like with Northerners and with Southsiders.
I heard he was just a rapper, bro. I heard that's all.
Yeah,
he
yeah.
was just a Latino. He was just a rapper.
Yeah.
That's what he claimed. I don't know, you know.
No, he didn't bang nothing. You know what I mean? He affiliated with both sides, basically. You know what I mean? He was like a D-boy. He's a little dude, bro. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They didn't have to beat, they could have just beat him up, man. He was like maybe like 5'2", bro.
Gave him a wedgie.
Yeah, he rap hard and stuff, man, but you know how he is, man. Interesting, man. Interesting.
Hey,
How
Richmond is a whole different animal, bro. And I learned that before I'd even been there. Just being in the county jail. Excuse me, but see, I've told the story, man. When I came from Texas, I got released from the county jail out there because of the different age laws. Came out here, and I pretty much immediately went to juvenile hall. As soon as I got into juvenile hall, man, it's like, who was always in the mess, it didn't matter what race, was Richmond dudes, bro. That's who was always stirring up shit, talking shit, trying to fight.
yeah, they're on a whole
all that
different
shit.
level, man. Like they don't even
They're
remind me
rowdy.
of you know what I'm saying? Like I know it's Richmond and Vallejo, Surenos. They get along close for some reason. You know, I don't know what it is, man, but it's like they have a whole different stilo out there. You know what I mean? They're not like a
They're really urban.
Yeah. They're like a total different type of I'm saying caliber of individuals. I think because they have to adapt to that community, though. You know what I mean? Richmond's always been one of the worst neighborhoods in the United States. They've had the highest murder rate a couple of times, man. You guys never heard of Richmond, California, man? Richmond, California's always been with a business. I think 3 times out of 5 years, they had the highest murder rate. And we're talking about a town that has like 100,000 people and they're having 80, 90 murders a year.
Hey, I'll tell you what, check this out, man. I read something about North Richmond that I was gonna bring it to the channel, but it is so long. I didn't want people to get bored with it. But it's about a murder. They call him a shooter. You know what I mean? It's about a shooter out of North Richmond. Well, you know, a lot of the story is about that individual, but a lot of it's just about North Richmond as well. Bro, their murder rate for a couple of years in North Richmond, because North Richmond's small. I don't know if you've ever been there, but it's like the crest of Vallejo. It's real small.
Yeah. I got
There's only a couple ways in, a couple ways out. Man, they had so many murders in North Richmond, bro, that it was like 10 times the amount of Chicago per capita. 10 times.
Yeah, bro. Richmond's they're still with the business. You know what I mean? Yeah. Their murder rate's a little bit down, but they're like about 120,000 people there. They're still having like 40, 50 murders a year. That's a lot.
Yeah. Hey, just like Vallejo, them in Vallejo, they usually have the most murders per capita in the Bay, you know, since Palo Alto's been, you know, kind of revamped. But check this out. You know what's weird about Richmond? They offered a program, bro. They did some kind of computer thing where they figured out the 50 most likely people in Richmond to shoot or be shot. They were paying them $300 to $1,000 a month based on where they ranked in them 50 people.
I heard about that.
To not, like, wow, I want to get paid not to just shoot nobody. Give me $1,000 a month. I won't shoot nobody. I don't shoot nobody anyway.
Well, their police department is kind of like, you know what I mean? Low funded, you know what I mean? You always have their hands full, you know what I mean? But you know, all Richmond's pretty much like that. It's not just North Richmond. Other areas that may start to look a little nicer, Richmond, they still with that action out there.
Central, South, it doesn't matter. Montalvan, Easter Hill, it doesn't matter. They're with the business in Richmond, bro. And it doesn't matter what race. The Asians out there, man, they got these dudes called SODs.
And hey, bro, they've been out there for a while because look, I went out there with my homeboy Lubick one time, like around 91 or 92. You know, his brother drove us out there. We're going to go from there to Frisco.
No, you didn't.
And we went into a neighborhood where his family's at.
No, you didn't.
That's all we seen was 1-3 all over the block. And this is like in 91, 92, bro. Sued everywhere. They were getting active like that out there for a minute, bro.
The ones I had problems with were RST. It was just Richmond to Treste. You know what I mean? And in juvenile hall, it was, man, some days, you know, they would sit on their side over, you know, do whatever they do. And we'd sit over here and there wouldn't be nothing, no mad dogging, no nothing. Other days you come out and it's time to fight. You know what I mean? It was a trip, but I never met none of the BFL guys. I was a little bit past my time when I was more, you know, past the gang banging part of life. But Richmond, there's still homeboys in Richmond. There is. Yeah. They're out there. Yeah, I know active ones. I know not active ones that are there right now. You know what I mean? But overwhelmingly, it's Surenos, bro.
Yeah,
and they're not playing. And what you were saying is, you know, but Richmond and Vallejo, Southsiders getting along. They have that different swag, bro. They have the Bay Area swag. They got gold teeth. They got gold teeth. They're not, you know, they're not traditional. They're not out there in some Dickies and Dodgers shirts and shit. They're out there with the Mac Dre shirt, a grill, hella jewelry, braids. They're different type of Southsiders. And the Vallejo ones, man, they're similar. You know what I mean?
They're all different. Hey, that's the thing about Upstate Surenos. They're different in different areas. You go out to San Bruno, they all have long hair. I was tripping off that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it depends where you go. Oakland, you get a little bit of, it's kind of a mixture in Oakland, bro. You know what I'm saying? But when you go towards more like Concord and Livermore, they're more like the Cholo look.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the ones, you know, being in Concord, that's the ones we always had altercations with. And, you know, they got, I don't know about now because I haven't seen none out there. You know, I haven't been out there that much, but the times I've gone through there, I haven't seen none, even in their stronghold, the Monument Corridor. But that's how we'd always know because they'd make it obvious, you know, and nowadays people are smart. All this red shit, Like, don't get me wrong. I have red clothes. I have blue clothes. I don't care about that kind of shit. I wear what I grab. You know what I mean? It's smart to be able to blend in, bro, for the cops, for enemies, because you could be walking down the street by yourself and, you know, and somebody looks over and you're in a damn Dodgers hat, Dodgers jersey with some blue Cortez and a blue belt hanging down your knee. Some homies are going to want to holler at you and vice versa.
Hey, bro, hey.
If you're all in the red.
In San Jose, like in the 90s, bro, they used to roll up wearing all red sometimes.
Yeah,
and hit
we used
you
to do
up.
that too.
You know what I'm
all
saying?
blue.
Yeah, we used to do that too. We used to wear all blue and then go do shootings in their neighborhoods. We out the other hood.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I swear to God, bro.
We did the same shit. Bro.
You know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, BST and VLT are going at it and shit, and everybody's fucking. I'm with you. I mean,
you guys are
some
laughing.
homeboys from San Jose. We're just, you know, going through the hood, just blast real quick. It's fucking VLT, pop, pop, pop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wearing all blue too.
Gangbang is
right,
trip,
though.
bro.
You're right though. That's how you could pretty much know, because that whole because even after like the 90s and 2000s, right, they still had that little cholo look. So you're pretty much out there on Front Street. Homeboys weren't dressing like that no more. They had, you know, like the you know, the what shoes were they wearing at the time? Like the Stacey Adams and the you know, some nice Converse and some leather jeans with a polo shirt and stuff like that, man, with a faded haircut.
Yeah.
Had a whole different style, you know? And I think a lot of that had to, see, that's what is smart with them, right? Is they've adapted to change. They've adapted to their environment. They don't have to be wearing all blue to be banging suit out there.
Yeah.
They a lot of them do sometimes, but they don't have to. They rather
there's no reason to, bro. It just draws unnecessary attention. Like imagine if the cops are driving by the park, you're barbecuing with your boys. There's 15 of you guys out there, and you're in all blue belts, blue shoes, or the same thing with red. They're stopping. If they pass by and everybody's dressed a little different, they might keep pushing, bro. Things just that simple.
Man, those were exciting times right there, bro.
Oh yeah, bro.
You know
hey, check this out. Hey, we had a big barbecue one time, man. Me, Mexican Mike, Joe, Dave, hella fools, bro. They were in the regiment and a lot of like sympathizers essentially, and not affiliated homies that were working, you know what I mean, just regular ends and stuff. I show up, me and Mexican Mike show up last because we were the ones buying all the shit. So we slide in from Safeway. We're in a nice ass park in like either Arinda, Moraga, I want to say it was Lafayette. Real nice little rich park. It's kind of down off the street and stuff. There's a little creek. It's dope, bro. It's a real nice place because we all bring our kids and shit, you know. So me and Mexican Mike show up. I see 50 homies in red, bro. So I had to stand up on the goddamn table and have a speech. Like, hey, bro, this is not what we do. We're not here to gangbang. We're here with our kids. Take that shit off, man. I don't want to see that again, bro. You know what I mean? Come on. You know what I mean? You
got on a table like Patton and gave a speech to the whole
dude,
crowd,
I jumped up right on the fucking picnic table. I'm like, look, bro, you guys can't be doing this, bro. I mean, come on, real talk, bro.
You didn't try to jump up with one leg?
No, I didn't try to do none of that. I just, you know, I walked, you know, I got on the part where you sit, and then no, but I stood right on the, because I was mad, bro. We come as soon as we turn the corner, all I see is a whole field of red. Like, hey, you guys, that doesn't impress me. You know what I mean? I'm not impressed because you guys own some red clothes. Impress me through your actions. You know what I mean? Right now, what you're doing is you're drawing attention. We all have our children here.
Yeah.
What if some Southsiders drive by and they see this field of red? They're gonna be like, man, we could just shoot and we're gonna hit something. We don't even have to aim. And come on, man. Dress like you got some sense, man. Don't draw attention to yourself, bro. Be professional. You know? I don't know. That was just me, bro. But I just wasn't with that stuff, bro, because I'm trying to blend in. You know, when I drive down the street, there could be 4 of us in the car. If we're all wearing a fucking red hoodie and a red beanie, cops are rolling us, bro. Especially in those areas, those, you know, the near part of Contra Costa, Martinez, Concord, you know, Pleasant Hill, you know, them little, you know, nicer, kind of nicer areas.
Yeah.
You're getting rolled, bro. Every time they see me, they'd roll me.
So
I learned a long time ago to try to just blend in. Like, I don't like hats, bro. Like ball caps, I don't wear them. You know, very, very rarely. Man, I'd wear ball caps. You know what I'm saying?
Wigs.
I wouldn't do all that. Hey, I'll tell you what, I was on the run one time, right? Check this out. You want to hear a funny one? I was on the run one time. Bro, I used to drive everywhere in the trunk. I'd have straight nerds, bro, driving. I'd be like, hey, I need to get picked up. I was, hey, on the like the dashboard, but it's in the
Yeah.
back window, the little back area
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
6x9s being there and speakers or whatever. We took the speakers out so I could have airflow to the trunk. So it was just kind of like holes. It would still have the speaker grate over it. But man, I'd be like, hey, roll down one of them windows. Let's go. I ride in the trunk everywhere, bro. They were looking for me. All the way out to Manteca, just in the trunk.
Yeah,
That was
man.
that. But yeah, I'm not trying to draw attention, bro. I don't know. I don't understand. It's a different time now. I don't see it happening as much, but the last thing you want to do is just stand out, bro. And red, especially red, it's a standing out ass color, bro.
I agree.
I don't know where that came from, but
Yeah.
the Richmond and Vallejo guys, they blend right in. You can't tell them from a northerner. You can't tell them from anybody, bro. Everybody looks the same now. Everybody's, they have their Bay Area fashion, their Bay Area lingo, their haircuts, their grills, whatever.
I wonder how that. I really wonder how that was adapted. I think that would have to come from school, maybe, or from like start. I mean, 'cause
Growing
out
up
there
in
a lot
black
of Afrikaners.
neighborhoods, bro. Those are black neighborhoods.
Yeah.
Richmond is a black neighborhood. Yeah, there could be 100 Surenos there. The brothers run Richmond.
Yeah.
I mean, you got Deep Sea, you got the Project Trojans from back in the days in North, the Deltas, or whatever the other one was called. I think the Deltas are the black dudes ain't messing around out there. You know what I'm saying? You're kind of a product of your environment a lot of the times, bro.
Yeah, that's true. You become domesticated by it. You adapt to it, and you survive in it.
Everybody else in your school is wearing Jordans. Man, they're gonna make fun of you if you got on the Cortez, probably. Oh, you old fashioned. You still you can't afford no Jordans, and then it becomes a pride thing.
Cholo. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Then they probably get messed with, and they don't really want too much issue with them black dudes out there, bro. They don't. No offense to the Richmond Southsiders, but when you're outnumbered, 50-1, you want to keep things cool, and the brothers and them, they coexist in North. I'm not saying North Richmond, Narf. I'm not saying that place is any more harder than any part of Richmond. Don't get it wrong. But it's isolated, bro. And you're living like in this little thing with only like 2 ways in and out. You got to kind of get along, bro, or it's going to be bad for you, your family. So you got to find the common ground. And there ain't nothing wrong with it, bro. You act however you want to act, as long as your morals and your character are fucking, not compromised because of it.
I agree.
People be always, hey, why do homeboys talk like their brothers? Man, that man talks like how he talks. Ask him. Be respectful. He don't talk about how you talk. That's just how he grows up, man. Everybody's not the same, man. Everybody's individual. If you grow up in Salinas, you're probably going to be super setio. You grow up in Oakland, you're probably going to have some gold teethers. That's just how it is, brother.
Simple as that, huh?
Yeah. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, Richmond is its own animal. RST, them guys in Richmond been holding it down since the 90s. In the early 90s, when I first moved to Cali, they were going at it, like the San Pablo Nightwalkers. That was a homeboy group. Richmond homies. There was a few groups out there, and they were getting active, man. But slowly but surely, most of the Richmond homies either went to prison, dropped out, became dope fiends, or became family people, and the Surenos just kept it moving.
Yeah.
Same story with Concord. Same story with a lot of the places upstate. You know what I mean? Homies just fell off, and they never did. I guess we're done here, Flacco.
Yeah. Richmond fans are pretty self-explicit. I mean,
hey, one last little story, man. I used to try to. I was in the hole in West County one time out in Richmond, and there were probably like 10 Southsiders from Concord and 10 Southsiders from Richmond, roughly. And I used to try to tell them, man, you guys are from Concord, bro. Man, you guys got to represent, man. You can't let them Richmond guys bully you. We'd have a fight. And that was in their infancy though, when they were subject to being, not
what's
really.
That little market right
knowing.
there in Concord off Monument?
Which one is it?
It's a mom and pop market when you go up in there, across from the apartments.
Mom and pop market. Oh. it's not popping off at the top of my head right now.
Yeah, I forgot. I'll figure it out.
There's quite a few of them. There, I mean, are you talking about by El Rancho? There's a paisa bar called El Rancho right there,
I
and
forgot,
there's a market.
I'll tell you a story about it later on, man.
Yeah, man, that used to be a rough place to go down.
Right there.
Hey, I got out of the pen when I got out of the pen in '95 after my first term. A lot of things have changed. Like we used to just drive all through there, and you know what I mean, talk shit, whatever. Man, driving through there after that changed. Shit, there was shit flying at you. They were sending bullets, rocks, bottles. All right, you guys, man, just a little something about Richmond, that little interesting story, man. I'm sure a lot of you guys have probably heard about that before, but guys upstate in Richmond ain't playing, man. They've held it down for a long time, and they ain't going nowhere. It's your boy Rojo, Big Flacco. Have a great rest of your Monday.